All right, Leo, welcome to your weekly horoscope for January 19th through the 25th. My name is Athen. If you're new to Sidereal Astrology, please check the description down below. All right, so we have an emphasis this week on your sixth house, and this has to do with, of course, routine, health, taking care of business, and overall improving self. This is mental, physical, spiritual improvement. So there's been some emphasis here already from last week and this month in general. So this is going to continue to be the case, but we do have some very important things happening in this house. We have the new moon and we have Mercury going retrograde, which I'll talk about. But before we do, there's still some things that are taking place in regard to this whole North Node, Pluto, Uranus energy that I've been talking about, this whole T-square. And this week is especially emphasizing that South Node. We've got the South Node going conjunct over Uranus this week from Monday through Wednesday. And the South Node essentially has to do with past life, past energies, past ideas, past notions. So there's definitely some releasing taking place here in this area. And for you, the area is your 8th house. So this is about the deeper elements of life, your spirituality. It's essentially about going deep, and if it's with your relationships or with your work or whatever it is, it's seeing beyond the normal physical appearance of matters and getting really down to the core and down to the truth of the matter, essentially, which is what the 8th house symbolizes. So there's some sort of notions or ideas about this that need to be released, because that's what the South Node resembles in the birth chart, is releasing some old energies here. And so there's Uranus too, which is what is about our freedom. So there's something that by releasing this, it's important for our freedom. We have to do it in order to really enjoy our life. So that's a strong emphasis there with the Uranus energy. And so whatever that is in particular for you, 8th house is also shared resources too. So it could be debt for some of you, could be bonds, sharing things with others. Whatever it is that's kind of old ideas, old notions, and perhaps even holding you back in some sort of way. It's about just consciously letting it go. The nodes have to do with consciousness. And when you do that, naturally, you'll find that that freedom is already there. That you don't need these things. You don't need to, for example, get rid of the debt to have the freedom. Now that's a good thing, but it's not required. So see, there's some old notions regarding freedom in regards to it. That's an example. But whatever that is, just allow it to go, and then you'll naturally have that freedom that will come from that. It'll come about naturally. So that's Monday, Wednesday. Now on Monday and Tuesday as well, we've got Mars conjuncting up to Neptune, and this is about compassion, and it's involved in your 7th house actually. You guys have had Mars in your 7th, which has been motivating you and driving you perhaps in some way with relationships. And now with Neptune's been transiting there. Now with Mars going over Neptune, it's about remembering that right now with your relationships, it's been the overall theme that it's about compassion, it's about presence, it's also about releasing and being perhaps a little bit selfless in terms of relationships, being much more other-oriented. So you definitely want to take that approach here Monday, Tuesday, see how you can be compassionate, really give more in your relationships, and then naturally you're going to notice that that's a tremendous flow for you in your relationship sector. Now, also on Monday, we've got Venus opposite Jupiter, which is about balancing. And this whole balancing act is involved with that 6th house, new beginnings that I'm going to talk about with the routine and those sorts of things, with the 12th house of spirituality. Now, you guys have had Jupiter transiting that 12th house of spirituality, behind the scenes activities. And so there's a tremendous amount of abundance and opportunities actually for you guys to get, into the more spiritual, peaceful, present elements of life, whether it's through what you would call spirituality or simply enjoying the things that you're doing in that sort of present and spiritual way. So finding the nice balance there between those elements and what you're doing on the day-to-day level with the routine and the everyday sort of business. Whatever it is, it's going to be a time of definitely enjoying both elements, but you just don't want to go overboard, because it's an element of indulgence here, and it can be a healthy indulgence or a non-healthy indulgence. So for example, it's not necessarily a time to just completely go and retreat and hide away and lock yourself in a room, which would be like the 12th house. And you also don't want to get so caught up into the day-to-day activities that you're completely neglecting all the spiritual abundance in your life. You want to find the nice medium between them. And one example would be like just having that presence and spiritual awareness in what you're doing on the day-to-day level. When you do that, then naturally you're harmonizing, and you can find that very enjoyable, especially around Monday. Now, like I said, on Tuesday, we've got that new moon taking place in that 6th, and it's happening in Capricorn. So you guys naturally have this sort of you take your routine and stuff seriously. I mean, this is a serious element for you Leos because Capricorn rules your 6th house. So you're gonna, you know, you guys have this. So reflect in terms of how you can perhaps improve some area of your life, and it could be very specific to you. Perhaps you know you need to improve your health. Perhaps you know you need to improve your spirituality, your spiritual health. Whatever that is, reflect around Tuesday. Now Mercury is going retrograde in that 6th house on Wednesday, so it is a reflecting period anyways, all the way through February. So continue to reflect on how you can bring some sort of improvement to your life. That is the overall emphasis of Mercury, and that's how we want to treat this Mercury retrograde, is as a learning experience. And it's also not about not doing things either. It's not about, for example, not doing anything 6th house related, because a lot of times people talk about Mercury retrograde in terms of not doing things or avoiding things. It's not about that. It's just about treating it as a learning process. So go through the motions, but especially around Tuesday and this new moon, you really want to just sit with the energy, see what comes to you. And then later on in the week, once you have those insights and there's that clarity and the moon energy starts to build up, Thursday and Friday start to implement it. But do so in that very learning sort of way. How can I improve this area? You know, and if it's health, it's, you know, trying maybe different regimens. It's just having that, you know, mercurial learning whole process to it. Now on Thursday, we've got Venus going into your 7th house, which is very nice. Thursday and Friday, there's definitely this shifting energy. Venus in the 7th is about enjoying your relationships and one-on-one connections. So that's going to lead you all the way into February as well. Enjoy them. And this is about, you know, just, it's simple. Venus enjoys just the simple life and simple pleasures. So while there's this part of you that perhaps wants that deeper element, and that's good, there's also going to be a part of you that just wants to just have fun. So bring those two together. That'll be a good utilization of the Mars and Venus energy here. Okay, so let's see here. The last aspect of the week, we've got the Sun sextiling up to Saturn, so there's definitely some sort of flow here taking place towards the end of the week, and it's a flow of your 6th house, of your routine, of your day-to-day activities, and this is where the Saturn energy really starts to assist you and really starts to help you. All this discipline in this area, perhaps this is, you know, the time, like I said, around Thursday, Friday, when you can start to implement it, and you'll notice that nice flow by taking it seriously, but not too seriously, and enjoying that whole process. All right, Leo, well, I hope you guys have a fantastic week. I want to thank you all for all of your support. If you'd like a personal reading, please get in touch, and I will talk to you all next time. Take care.